Hope that you're doing well. I'm a little bit sweaty, as you can tell. And I have a new space, which I'm really, really stoked about. I'm stoked to be sharing live, and it's been a little while. Once again, my whole life has completely transformed. I'm commuting. I'm working from this new office space and getting back into the flow of doing some live shares and getting back into the Instagram sharing of the daily intuitive reads. And hello, divine side. And yeah, I spent the whole day yesterday kind of setting everything up, and all of my inspirational mind you, I do have a few things still with me in my bedroom space, some pieces. But yeah, I'm really chuffed. I got a few pieces from a local charity shop. Hey, Jacqueline, how are you? And I got some bits out of storage, which is really nice. So I've now got the office space. I've got a kind of community living situation for where I'm staying to do beach yoga. And then I've got my base in Cornwall. So it's all flowing, it's all moving. And so yeah, I'm here to do the weekly readings. I have technically missed a week, but you guys know we don't have to do time specific things, and also it's intuish, reign supreme. So if you guys are new to the channel, hey E-Love, how are you? If you guys are new to the channel, I'm MJ. I am an author, speaker, yoga instructor, and meditate, all that juicy stuff, and a human being asking herself continuous, what is life? The tarot. So FYI, there's a little message on the community page, and I think I put it on Facebook as well. But now till the end of the month, which is today, maybe I'll do it for the month of August. So basically July marks, I think June or July would be marking like the 1 year anniversary of me doing these intuitive tarot readings, which have been a really actually profound shapeshift for myself and for the channel. So I was offering a 2-for-1 until today. So if you happen to catch this video, I would sustain the offer for you if you caught this video at a later time and booked and was like, can I have a 2-for-1? Sure. Just on the 20-minute reading. So, and you have until Halloween. I think that's when I put Halloween to grab your freebie. So a nice little offer for my lovers, for my supporters, for the heart love vibrations. And Alta Love is the brand. Alta Love is dedicated to sustainability, spirituality, and freedom. And in my awareness, certainly a lot of it has to do with emotional intelligence, emotional alchemy, and paying attention to ourselves, getting to know what we're feeling and thinking about this world, this reality, and make it a loving one, make it a good one. I know it's tough. It's really intense, all this alchemy and spiritual transformation, but it does work. So, hala. So yeah, okay. So let's crack on with these weekly readings, shall we? I do have to sort of keep an eye on the time because I have a class at 9 o'clock. So I hope you guys are doing really well. FYI, we're now marking the end of July, which means tomorrow I'll endeavor to do another live share for the August collective intuitions. And yeah, just see what comes through intuition with regards to the energies. I know that in the monthly readings, which I published, I think yesterday or 2 days ago, quite a few of the signs had there's still a lot of deep healing happening. So there's still possibly some big storms. One thing that I'm getting as well for the month of August is, yet again, just making sure we're doing our utmost to find silence, to find, quiet time, nature time, and dare I say, a bit of fun, endeavor to lighten up. That's certainly my own intuitive guidance. It's so annoying. But I work so hard. It's like, yeah, exactly. So have some fucking fun moment. All right, let's get on with these readings. I'll start with Aries. It's just easier for me to kind of keep track if I start from the beginning of the zodiac. Aries. Okay, let's get into it. So, hey, Mary, my lover, how are you? Oh, Mary, quite contrary. Is it? Like, is that a thing? I'm not even sure what that means. Quite contrary. Can you hear? There's street cleaners outside, down below on the street. We're on the top floor of this little office space. Okay, Aries energies. You guys know the score as well. It's intuitive, so it's all about like if you resonate with the vibrashe here, then it's likely my intuition will read your energy pretty well. And then if it doesn't resonate, you don't buy into that thing if you don't resonate with it really. Okay, so Aries, with these weekly readings, I tend to pick 3 cards. Divine guidance and loving clarity is always the intent with these readings. Divine guidance and loving clarity for Aries. Ooh. Aries, 10 of Cups, right in the middle here. So there's definitely a lot of joy, togetherness. There could be a feeling of like being happy in a community. Which is interesting here because we have a death. We have a death card. We also have a laying it to rest. So this interpretation to me feels very much. Are you guys hearing me okay? I'm aware that the street noise is quite loud right now, so hopefully you can hear me all right. So we have laying it to rest. So you're definitely letting go. You're laying to rest the past. Ultimately, that could be a substantial, kind of hefty imprint of your prior thought constructs, your different belief systems. But there's definitely something being laying to rest. Indeed, like there could be a bit of an ego death situation. Okay, perfect. There could be a bit of an ego death situation as you come into this 10 of Cups energy. And that's, when we talk about law of attraction and manifestation, that's often the way. So it's like all of our most amazing dreams are making manifest. Our most joyful life is actually coming to fruition. And yet we're still undergoing and or facing down our past or our karma. For some of you, I don't feel a whole bunch, but this could be a death of sorts. This could be someone in your reality passing. If that's the case, mega hot love vibrashe. But I intuit that, right? So that's possibly some of you. There could be a death in your circle, and yet there's still this joyful card. So there's also this double sense for me of like we're coming into this greater love. We're coming into this greater and deeper understanding of self because we've been through the battles and we've laid them down, right? So the death card, in essence, for the person is a transformation, right? So whether we're going through our own personal egoic death, i.e. like the past that we once upheld as the self, we're laying that down. And then we step right into this, right? So this 10 of Cups is like one of the most, if not the most joyful card in the deck, right? Really supported, mega love. Chance, how are you? Nice to see you, my friend. All right, there's Aries. Let's get on. Let's go into our Taurus lovers. So the energy for Taurus this week. We're heading into the first week of August. You guys know that we can be a bit timeless here. So any information that we come across ultimately is like reflective of our own self somehow. So the more authentic we become, I would say, the more we are navigating a self-reflective awareness. And so everything, hence our conscious choosing. I talk about this in the Unplug for Freedom online course, but consciously choosing not to engage in information that makes us feel frightened, contracted, like worried, concerned, especially when we can't do anything about it. So the discipline of holding space and allowing ourselves to respond from that place of love, which means we're continuously shedding fearful reflections or troubling reflections. It's just nonstop, continuous. What is life? Just keep asking ourselves that. Taurus, divine guidance, love, and clarity for my Taurus lovers. Taurus, there's definitely here your intuition reigns supreme. So high priestess energy. There's a bit of feeling of loss. I feel like there's a six of swords revert, or rather six of wands reversed, which to me feels like a feeling. And it's next. It's beside the ten of cups reverse. So there's a little bit of a. It's almost like a grappling with your intuition around what you deserve. And for some of you, there could be moments where you're feeling unsuccessful. And it being hers, holla, holla, holla. What? So yeah, this is a feeling of not being successful, and or there's this loss feeling of like, because you feel unsuccessful, you feel like your dreams are out of reach, like you're not destined for joy and happiness. But the card is here, and the high priestess is here. So this is really reflective of keep going, continue to attune to your intuition, and basically stop looking outside of yourself for recognition. Stop there's this discernment. I've tuned into a book called the Conversations with God, and it's really lovely clarity on so many levels. And it's like when this biofeedback of if deep down we're still desiring and wanting and kind of dreaming of something that we perceive as outside of ourselves, we actually hold it away. So whilst we're looking around for some kind of recognition or success or validation or something, this remains outside of ourselves. Whereas if we're anchored in the truth of our power, intuition reigns supreme, then we can begin to feel these things regardless of the manifestation. So there's some deep, like, subtle shape-shifting, Taurus, when it comes to like the truth of you vibrating this, and it's the pieces your intuition reign supreme. All right, Taurus, there you go. A little reading for you. Funny. So I tried going like twice with my phone and it wouldn't let me. So I'm so pleased that I'm still here with my lovers. And you guys can see I've got like the roots on fire. We've had a lovely detox from now I'm suddenly aware of like sunshine. I'm like, I hope it doesn't ruin my lovely poster. So the Roots does these beautiful bespoke natal charts. Get in touch. I've put her email in the description box if you randomly want to order your own or gift them. I've actually got one for a friend that I'm basically renting this remote workspace from. So fantastic. Or shared workspace, you know. Okay, Gemini. Geminis have a bit of a focus. Like we all have, I think, all of the signs, if not, nearing all of them in our natal chart somehow. And then depending on like all the different types of I guess astrological schools of thought, you could literally just keep peeling back layers of your own self. But so we all have a bit of Gemini. What we have is the North Node in Gemini right now. So all of us are improving our discernment ability. All of us to some degree might be feeling a sense of living a double life. I can certainly testify to that. And or the way we're grappling with how we've been shape-shifted our value system around love, money, and relationships. We could be almost compartmentalizing our lives, thus feeling like we're living a double life. Like this is the home life, this is the work life, this is the and that's a discernment piece, right? That's part of the Gemini construct of dualism, of living in a world of contrast. So that broader aspect of the Gemini nature is highlighted for the entire collective as the North Node moves through Gemini, South Node in Sagittarius, which is again part of us letting go of illusions, letting go of especially like illusions of grandeur. That's how I interpret Sagittarius, because it's such a positive and forward-thinking sign, and often revolutionary, like a mutable fire sign. It's like all the change, and yet with this nodal axis, because it's the South Node is in Sagittarius, that's what we're releasing. So we're releasing, which is connected to the old paradigm, really. We're releasing falsity, we're releasing illusions that just are part of our sort of fantastical imagination, but not, we're not here now in the present moment. So some profound, continually just profound lessons for to love and myself. I wish I reflect back. I mean, some of you guys have been around during financial collapse, during absolute heartache and emotional breakdown, supreme. I share with you guys my process, the trigger, wave, and storm. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into Gemini, divine guidance, loving clarity, divine guidance and loving clarity for the Gemini. Ooh. Right. So there's like this tag team here. For some of you guys, you might be walking away from a job or from some sort of authority figure, and or you're endeavoring to manifest your own reality ultimately. Like, I think you're getting into this space now of expecting certain things to manifest as you lay down burdens. I feel like your burdens, you're connected to an emperor reverse. So emperor, any of the nobility or emperor, empress, magician, even when they're in the reverse, I often interpret them as like abusers, not good or bad, just people not fully in their integrity, possibly in a position of power, more than likely, especially an emperor, in a position of power who abuses that power because they're not very emotionally aware, and they're wounded basically. So you're creating some kind of space between yourself and the emperor, and it's allowing you to lay down a burden. Okay, it's allowing you to. I am Crypto Mike. I am your financial angel. Hello, get your financial freak on. It's fun, isn't it? All right, so yeah, you're laying down this burden and walking away from this emperor energy. There's things manifesting for you, Gemini, here, and there's a sense of moving forward. So this is a benevolent step for you, if this is resonating, of course, for you to step away. If you could reverse the gender, so this could be an Empress energy reverse that you're moving away from. Now, you taking that step to move away from this energy is you manifesting your reality and dropping the burden. Letting go and then moving forward. So this is a very pretty clear message for the Gemini. And there again, if we want a little bit more expanded energies, we can feel free to book a private reading. Again, 2 for 1 on 20-minute readings now until, well, whenever you see this. I shall honor it. All right, Cancer. Let's get into our Cancer readings, okay? Hello. Hey, Kay, how are you? K2323. Hey, Kelly, how are you? Nice to see you. I'm hearing it's been a long day and night, and I've been working like a nun. Okay. Hello. Yeah, do you know, as well, I have a quick booking now, so you guys can also book like a 5-minute read. So the lighting is my... That's all right. It's fine. Chill. Okay. Cancer, divine guidance and loving clarity for my Cancer lovers. Yep, that's my name. Don't wear it out. Or that's my theme at the hard days night. I'm a daydreamer. Is that another song? Okay, Cancer, divine guidance, loving clarity for the Cancers. Divine guidance and loving clarities for the Cancers. This is fun, you guys. It's really nice to be here. It's still like I'm still settling into the new flow, but yeah, it feels pretty good to be in my little nookie space. Cancers! Cancer, there's a lot of pentacle energy coming in for you. You have a new beginning here. And Cancer, there's a King of Pentacle. There's a new beginning in your Pentacle, Cancer, that really wants to start. I feel like there's a bit of a message here around if the partying, if the avoidance, if the yeah, there could be a little bit of that going on if we're like partying too much, drinking too much, and not being fully present, because it looks like there's this new opportunity that wants to come in. Ace of Pentacle with a King of Pentacle, possibly a new job, but it feels the King of Pentacles in the upright, then your energy is over there, Two of Pentacles reverse. So I feel like there's this unconscious fear for you of like, but what if this new beginning throws me off balance? And so you might be in a bit of a loop of avoiding, which comes through as a bit of a drinking. Three of Cups reverse. So it's not a high vibrashe celebratory energy. It's more of a like, "Huh, let's go out. Let's go out. Let's not think about the money, or let's not." I feel maybe some of you have actually received an offer as well. And there's stuff, you're processing stuff from within to endeavor, ideally to take the offer, right? Because the King of Pentacles in the upright, I just feel there's an underlying stew for you of we're like, oh no, what if it all comes crashing down? Or what if this isn't real? What if this person is just a douchebag and they're just going to throw me off my center? So you're avoiding taking this new beginning for fear of it imbalancing you. And yet it would say here in the cards that this person doesn't want to imbalance you. People just want to, or rather, this King of Pentacles really is supporter. They're wanting to assist you in grounding your energies here. Yeah, there's something about like, if as long as you're carrying the burden from your past, we can't step into new energies. So the simplest message here, to wrap up Cancer, is like dropping the burden, permission yourself to receive, permission yourself to let in these new beginnings that are wanting to come in, and just steady yourself. And for some of you, just curbing some of the going outs, some of the nights out, something like that, maybe just drinking a little less, or shape shifting your social routines, that may well help ground your energy to be open enough to receive this new beginning coming in. It's helping you shed some burdens for sure there, Cancer. Okay, moving swiftly along, let's move to the Leos. Leos, happy birthday, Leo. My Leo lovers. Oh, well, if you didn't just hit the nail on the head with that one. Holla, holla. Candy Boo's in the house. Leo! Leo! I'm just going to shuffle one more time, Leo. So yeah, happy birthday to the amazing Leo lovers. Leo, fixed fire sign. Very courageous, oftentimes heart-based leaders in the new paradigm, certainly, and fairly dynamic leadership qualities as well. Divine guidance and love and clarity for the Leo lovers. Yeah, completely different. I'm hearing like, I'm feeling lucky. Luck be a lady tonight. Thank God no one's in the office now. Okay. That's a great card. This is the luck card. I just need maybe a little bit of clarifying. We have Temperance and Justice in the reverse. Do you know what this feels like? Leo, this feels like you're feeling empowered, you're feeling en flow, you're feeling really good this month. And really these two cards for me are actually just be mindful of giving too much, going too fast, working too hard. If you're feeling, because I res with this, but like when we're in this energy, sometimes we can overdo it and end up crashing out. And we don't have necessarily the exhaustion card coming through. We don't have the crash and burn, but the Temperance mixed with the Justice card feels like we could give, feel amazing, feel really amazing, and just overgive a little bit to the point of feeling not quite balanced and not quite in our justice. Like, there's that classic thing of like when you're tired, when we're overly tired and it's really difficult to make sense of anything, we don't often, whether we're super tired and in low vibration or really excitable and high vibration, those are two ends, right? So that's ultimately never a time to make a decision. And so feeling really amazing is great, but we need to make sure it's grounded. So if your excitement and feel good vibrage isn't, which is not in the reading. So this is where it's like, make sure you're doing this. If it's not grounded, we could end up feeling off balance. We could end up, things could be like, why is that going on? Da, 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 da. Like, because we missed the detail, because we were almost feeling too high vibration, but not grounding it. So this card, I want to flip around. I want you to feel amazing, and I want you to be making sure that you're doing the daily practice, possibly, or the regular practice. Yes, teacher. Elliot, huh? So doing the regular practice to keep yourself in balance so that this card stays in the upright for you. You are working in the ethereal. I'm hearing this card is here for some reason, the beyond the illusion. It's that this energy here requires this and this. Divine right action, divine law, right? It all happens beyond the veil, right? So as we move into our personal reality, we stay anchored in that temperance energy and that justice energy from that divine heart space of, all is well, and all of my emotions are blah blah, and everything is going great. Yeah, if we're feeling great but not practicing disciplining that energy, meditation, yoga, these things that people do. So if we're not harnessing and working that energy and it's not grounded in, it can start to feel a bit imbalanced. Okay, so yeah, keep going. Definitely keep doing what you're doing. Keep feeling amazing. You deserve it, Leo. At the same time, just make sure we're doing the grounded. I mean, again, totally res with that, as far as like when we're up, and often we might come crashing down when we haven't the awareness to keep growing in that direction, or the support, the integral support. There again, these hard lessons about like illusion and practicalities, and the whole world is changing. So, okay, so thank you, Leo. Let's move on to our Virgo, my Virgo lovers. That one wants to come out. Virgo, it's the end of a cycle. Woohoo! Ooh, baby. That's some nice energy here. King of Cups coming in for some of you. Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. Again, you can interchange the genders depending on your vibration. Lover's card is here. The Ten of Swords, that's the end of the cycle, moving into Empress energy. It's like you're coming into yourself. You're embodying more of yourself. And this King of Cups with the Lovers in between, the Empress and the King of Cups. I feel for some of you, it's a King of Cups wanting to make an offer. I think for some of you, you're still working on yourself. So you're keeping that King of Cups at a distance, which is fine. They're there. They're very present. They're in the upright. Yeah, there's this sense of that you're in flux and change right now. You're fully in this Empress energy. You've released, you're letting go of the past, right? And your Empress energy is sort of highlighting this transient energy. Like you're still morphing, you're still changing, you're still establishing your own sense of self-love. And so if this is resonating and there is a King of Cups around, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, male or female, really, that energy of love, that person really wants to come in, but that you're still coming into completion. So it's almost like, I just feel like if this is maybe a new thing or something coming in, this is something that you're wanting to take your time with and just not rush into it, because you're not wanting to give yourself away, right? You're wanting to stay in your Empress mode, which, like, great, stay in their Empress mode. And I do feel, though, that as you settle into the Empress mode, it might well be that you're feeling in union to maybe invite this King of Cups into your reality as you come into it. But for this week, for these next few days or whatever, it's maybe feeling like, ooh, no, maybe I'll step back and, do some work on myself and blah, blah. So there you go. There you go, my Virgo lovers. Virgo is the Empress. Okay. Virgo. Now we go to Libra. Yes, Libra. I know, E. It's so true. We're finally coming into a lovely energy for us empaths. It's so true. Like, actually, that's part of the game changing energy of the of for my own personal reality is like now it's all like other empaths and like every single person I'm meeting now resonates on the level that I'll be resin as far as like this just greater awareness and also not, taking on the bullshit from other people. Libra in the house. All right, let's get some cards for Libra. Thank you, Jacqueline. Libra, divine guidance, loving clarity for Libra. Ooh, Libra, this is really nice. So you fully are feeling a lot more balanced. You're kind of dropping your defenses. I feel like that's part of that aspect of like fearing the moving forward, but the high priestess is here. So this is very much you embodying more of your true self and being able to hold space for duality, which is probably why you're feeling a little bit less defensive. There's this ace of swords that is wanting to come in. This is a birth of, this is a new beginning. This is a new perspective possibly, which is here to help you come into greater balance. I mean, something about like even bringing in higher vibrational affirmation or mantra around the clarity of your mind, the clarity of your perspective, the ebb and flow, and the harmony of your financial situation. There's something, it's like coming into your heart space. So the high priestess here, if you can see, she's got like a little cross on her heart. And I feel like that's very much representative intuition, right? When we're in our intuitive knowing, it's very much the sense of self from within the central pillar of energies, where the chakras come through, where we, you know, all agree, I suppose, that these chakra points are in our physical vessel. And meeting at that cross point as the heart, the altar of God, the individual altar. So this sense of knowing that you're coming into is really helping to liberate you ultimately and allow you to just go, you know what, I'm totally safe. This place is safe and I'm allowed to think and feel what I want. And this is helping you come into greater balance here, Libra. You've possibly been through some stormy waters like a lot of people in this community, right? So there's healing, right? And okay, so a little bit of further guidance here is just allow yourself to go through the healings where needed. And you have some creative juices coming through. You've got some creative energy that's wanting to move through you, possibly via some alone time. So that's some additional advice to really kind of start working with a new perspective is like drop in, let yourself heal, spend some time in quiet reflection and journaling and just quietude and walks in the hills or quiet walks outside or relaxation, and then I feel anyway that the message here is that there's likely to be some kind of spark, some kind of creative spark that kind of comes out, and then that's going to start to guide you basically. So this new perspective is shape-shifting, but then also unlocking some of your, divine creative flow, as it were. There you go, Libra. I love you guys. Libras have been total angels in my life, for real. So mega hot love for you. Oh, how funny. Isn't it amazing, Jacqueline? That's what I mean about this tarot. I am still a year on finding it like I'm just like, wow, how it's like intuition reigns supreme, right? Amazing, Jacqueline. Thank you. Hey, Maxine, how are you? I know, I was to say it's so ridiculous. Virgo, Libra, and now we got Scorpio. Scorpio lovers, sexy Scorpios. Scorpios. All right, so Scorpio. Ooh, this is a bit of a heavy reading for you, Scorp. So this is something like you've had to walk away from something in this reading, Scorpio. You've possibly been working towards something, feeling, thinking, or sensing things were going to turn around positively, and then possibly not at all. And there was, I feel this is something work related, but then also something that you were passionately invested in, because this is a bit of a sad walking away, because it's connected this and the death. So I feel like you've had to let go of something fairly substantial. Be mindful, Scorpio. There's a Knight of Pentacles reverse. This is somebody not in their integrity. Whoever this is resonating with, Scorpio, there's a sense of exhaustion here. And so this is one of those readings where the stew is a really deep emotional um, burden. Ultimately, it's a death process, right? Um, and by the cards as well, this has already begun. You're already in it. You're having to walk away from something and return to silence. This is something like as well, like come away from people. Right now, the people, like that Knight of Pentacles or whatever, they're not able to support you where you're going in regards to you basically letting go fully, you walking away and letting go. Hey, Carmel, how are you? Hello, hello. Oh, mega love for divine sight. Sleep well, mother love. So Scorpio, yeah. This is deep. This is a deep release for you, Scorpio. Remember earlier at some point today in today's session, I was talking about like the north, rather south node in Sag, right? In Chin with the Cat, gonna make late and a hala hala. Amazing, Kurt. So the south node in Sag, and I was talking about how that's possibly stripping us away of some of our illusions of grandeur, right? So and I get it, because those are profound when we have to kind of face that aspect of the illusion that's not true, or that's not real, that's not really who we are. It can be like an ego death. And I feel like whenever you're coming into this reading, that's already been taking place. You're already having to accept that loss, to go through that release, and to walk away from the situation that you've been building, emotionally speaking. So it could be a relationship. It could be a relationship that was connected to work. You're realizing that the other person, possibly that Knight of Pentacles, isn't in their integrity, or they're lying to you, or they've been kind of maybe swindling money or something like that. And so you're walking away. In Leo, Scorpio, the positive here is that you are walking into greater silence and innocence. So on some level, this death process and this letting go is helping you to find a deeper clarity, find like a better space within yourself. Scorpio, mega hot love. That's a fairly deep one. Again, you guys know the flow. Like these general little quick reads, but they res when they res, they don't when they don't. It's even like when I have a live share crew, which some of you guys are part of it. And, you know, every once in a while we get stuff, it doesn't land, it doesn't resonate. We're all different humans. And I think, again, that's a part of this Gemini North Node, is that actually it's getting a lot easier to just like ebb and flow. And like we res when we res, we don't when we don't. But we can all still be friends. We can all still be like adults and have different opinions or insights on things, you know? In fact, I would dare say that's a healthy relationship for us to be who we are and let each other be who we want to be. That's a huge piece for the empath. That's part of, you know, why we do, is that feeling into other people's burden is something we've layered to make everybody feel good, because we know, you know, emotional pain is sticky, and yet to love it is. Okay, I'm moving on now. So I'm moving into Sagittarius. You guys would let me know if I miss one, right? Saggy, working hard for the money. For the money, and the Tower, and the Knight of Cups. I feel, Sag, you're still possibly dealing with a bit of an annoying person. This feels like somebody just like poking at you kind of thing. mentally, somebody around you messaging you too much or wanting too much of your time and energy. Sag, you're doing a lot of inner work and endeavoring to move forward. I feel like for some of you, you want to make an offer. Um, but you know what's interesting? You're doing all this inner work, you're endeavoring to make this offer, and there's this tower that comes down here. False construct. You know, this is so much part of the overall collective energies, you guys, as well. Is that like straight up legit? And I know it's so annoying, right? Like anything that isn't in anchored in divine law, like anything in our present here now world that isn't in alignment with divine right action will fall. It's just the new grid. It's like the new energetic overlay in this co-creative reality experience. Moving in, we're having a precession of the equinox or a precession of the zodiac or whatever. That's the moving through the ages. That's just part of the Earth experience, right? And so we're moving in. Macaroni, hala hala. Yes. Ah, see, loops. We're coming back. It's yeah, anything that's not in this higher bass tone, this higher octave of compassion, love, deeper understanding, will fall. And so the tower has to do with possibly something that you've been, it feels like on the side, it feels like something you've been working on the side, or maybe having a bit of a hand in. And that as you almost move forward to give more of self, the tower comes crashing down, but it was always going to. Tower moments are like that. So something that you've been giving to or working on is coming down. And I think this is part of, you know, if anything as well, Saj, I'd say just give that cup of love to yourself, you know, trying to make a transition. Well, and often, as much as again, as annoying as it can be, when towers come down, it's actually for our higher good. Um, Sometimes when I like say these things out loud, I'm like, I know how annoying that is. All this spiritual mumbo jumbo is fucking. It just slams the ego. It slams the ego. Like you can't control. I'm having more discussions too about that construct of the false economy and how like the truth of our soul's outpouring has nothing to do with money. Sorry to say, my lovers. It's like when we're going out to try to get more money, we're trapped. That's an illusion that will come down. The part of the new paradigm is like lead with your heart and trust. And like what happens is that we end up living out the karmic situations that we are predestined to live out for us to continue to, you know, move up the vibrational ladder, as it were. It's a soul's journey. Ultimately, we're just get to have fun in the body. Where was I, you guys? Sagittarius. So now we'd be moving on to my love is the sun is shining brightly here, isn't it? Okay, let's get into where am I now? Aquarius. Nope, Capricorn. All right, Cappies. True dat, loves. Love towers blasting. Yeah, towers coming down. Egos washed clean. Lead with the heart. Let people be who they are. Oh yeah, and that's like another thing, right? Like we often go out wanting to like help and be of service, but that's also a bit of a false construct because everybody's in their power. Although, you know, anywho, what is this? Your hips mahala at the body. Just, you know what I'm hearing is like, oh baby, when you're dance like that. Just, you know, the Shakira. Oh my god. Okay, Cappies, my Capricorn lovers who've been slammed up the arsehole so huge these last couple of years, but you know, makes us better people. All right, my Sagittarius or my Capricorn lovers. Capricorn. Divine guidance and loving clarity for my Capricorn lovers. Oh, Shazam! So Hierophant reversed. Inner work. Ace of Swords. So brand new. That resonates. Brand new perspective. and the King of Wands. Some of you could have a fire sign. That feels more your energy here, Capricorn. I feel that Hierophant is one, keys exchanging. You could be moving about a lot or getting a car. Ah, thanks. Like good lighting, Kurt Mail. Enjoy. You know, it's something I think when we do what we love, we radiate that love. And so, although some people are like, hello. I mean, recently I saw a comment. I'm getting better at just deleting the riffraff, but as in who needs it, right? But somebody was just like absolute gibberish. And of course, I'm like, oh, like I don't think it's gibberish. And then instead of like loving it or blah, blah, I just delete it. I was like, okay. But there again, most of us in the community don't go out of our way to like be negative for somebody. So it's still like held with love. And anyway, I appreciate the hot love radiance vibrashe. Okay, Capricorn, so you're in your power. There's keys exchange here, so new car, new house, or just if I reflect my own reality, like lots of new keys are being delivered, and you've you've got this birthing of this new perspective, which I feel could be part of that prior like existential crises of like your whole personalities metamorphing. The part of the King of Wands energy, the King and Queen of Wands to me are very mystical energies. They're the modern mystic. They're the witches and the wizards and the conjurers, you know, the people that conjure and cast spells. Whereas like the Pentacle King and Queen, they would be people who want to invest, who want to give. The cups are people who want to like love and share and nurture in an emotional way, right? So the fire nobility are really people that have power beyond what we see initially, and yet they're a very mutable force, right? So you're here bringing about this new perspective for your reality, and also invoking more of your fire, right? Capricorn is a cardinal earth sign. And so after all of that kind of heart, like that, this kind of energy for the Cappies, like this, like facing down the fucking shadows and facing down the false construct of so-called morality, right? And now you're finally unlocking your own keys. Now you're finally birthing and bringing forth this new perspective and embodying more of a fire energy, right? All right. Capricorn, you're embodying more fire. That's a nice piece, especially because it's been a bit of a hard schlep. And so Cappies, to invoke some fire in your field feels really energizing for me. It's possibly the kind of the like kick you need to keep going. Because I mean, let's be honest, if we're only just one element, we won't move. We need all of the elements to continue this sort of recycling of energy, regenerative divine elixir. Ultimately, that's part of the new paradigm, the 5D, whatever you want to call it. We as a being are becoming a more aware being and a more aware species. It's also, to me, part of the Earth's energy regenerating herself, right? Mwah! Mega love for you, NDP. I'm probably going to go live for Live Share Crew later today. I have a couple online sessions after beach yoga. So I'm going to be coming back to the office, and then I'm going to do an afternoon live share for the Live Share Crew. So I'll make it on your awakening, on your grand rising. Oh, actually, I'll make sure to time it so that you guys will be waking up over there in the United States of America and the great nation states. Where are we now? Hold on, I'm not focused. I'm just shuffling. We've just finished the Capricorn. All right, Aquarius, my Aquarian lovers. I feel that this is a dynamic time for Aquarius. I mean, as a very simplistic notion, we are moving into the Aquarian age and have been for some decades. Leaving and shedding and releasing the Piscean age, which is an aspect of dogmatic group thinking and group thought, and also duality and separation consciousness. And so we're moving into the Aquarian age, which is all part of all the stuff that we talk about here. But this shift of the ages is also part of how we as a people are beginning to rise our sense of self, right? Because Aquarius is somebody that, or an energy that recognizes its autonomy, recognizes its sovereignty, and yet in context with the whole. So do no harm, right? Divine right action. this is all things that for the empaths this makes perfect sense. It's like, I'll tell you guys, like when I was 3 or 4 years old, I'll never forget the first time I killed a little bug. I was watching the bug walk along the ceiling and I killed it. And right away I mean, from a very young age, I felt the biofeedback impact of lying, of jealousy, of doing mean things. And I didn't like how it felt. So as soon as I did those one acts, I would change my behavior to not do good. And then again, a lot of us here, we ended up overcompensating our emotional outpouring to overcompensate for these deeper wounds, which are now we can communicate in these platforms to share what we know and also how it feels to continue to rise ourselves into greater freedom and sovereignty, to be that change. And yet for a lot of us, how we resonate is having to shed and let go of people that are at different places in their journey, right? So again, it's all reflective. We're all one. It's just a mind fuckery from going from separation consciousness to unity consciousness. There's a whole bunch of stuff that's you're like, huh? Huh? And like activating and reactivating the physical, the emotional body in a world that denies it, like there's just a lot of layers, but it's happening. We are now living in the great paradigm shift, the great mass awakening. So best we can do is just keep living to love and, do what you want to do, basically. Sounds maybe blasé, but that's what I've done. And you gotta break on through to the other side, my lovers. This is part of it. I can firmly say you will get to the other side, but you have to pioneer through some bullshit. Like, supreme. I never could have imagined the amount of bullshit I still had left in the last year. But safe to say I'm now in my new enviro. And let's see if we can get some light action on my, it doesn't work. The sun, you see how much more powerful the sun is to any, can you see how I'm sweating? Because I'm work. Okay, let's crack on with the Pisces. And then I will do a fucus as well, right, you guys? No, not Pisces. I never did the Aquarius, did I? Let's get into Aquarius, then Pisces, then a fucus. And then I'm going to dash. Grand Rising. Andy P, you know who that be from. That's from Divine Side. It's like we can't say. So because wake is another word for like morning, and then morning is morning, right? So the Divine Side was like, we have to stop saying like good morning. Good fucking sad morning for you today. It's like, no, Grand Rising. Yeah, exactly. You feel, Andy P. This is the way. All right. It's like saying no joy instead of N-E-N joy. Say I enjoy. I'm in the joy, not no joy. So E-N in true language means no, apparently. Glistening. This crystalline sweat beads. Simon Ascended Master of the Heart of Vibrashe. I'm using that. Good. Yes, use it. As well as in 2 ways, Shireen Supreme. So I'm doing Aquarius again. I can't remember if I did Aquarius reading, but I know I talked about Aquarius bringing greater sovereignty and unity to the planet. You're dropping burdens. So Aquarius, you're going to end up feeling really great. But there might be a bit of intensity to pioneer here. Yeah, positive judgment. But you have a substantial... So you might at some point this week feel rejected, abandoned, 5 of Pentacles. But this is to do with deception. Either you deceiving yourself or somebody in your probably work environment or a fairly intimate environment for you. This is a sneaky mofo lover. And this situation is ultimately here helping you lay down the burden, which you do, and as you do, you step into this energy, which is fantastic. This feels to me like a shitty working situation, I'm afraid. And you finding the emotional resilience and grit to really level up your self-worth, your self-belief by dropping the burdens, the thought projections of other people, because they're the other people, they don't know what you know for yourself. And yet you're likely to have to transform this energy of abandonment, rejection, blah, blah, feeling forlorn It's almost like you're dropping it's like that classic, like getting to the worst of the worst and then finding the power to power through and ending up like rising above any bullshit. This is something quite angelic for you, Aquarius, as well, because the Judgment card is singing your praises for laying it down. It's like not getting involved in the petty bullshit. It's like if somebody gets sacked or something at work, you don't jump in on the gossip train, or if somebody does wrong by you, you just lay it to rest and keep moving forward, and that is really an optimal choice for you, so you don't get entangled in any gossip trains or any of that. All right, Pisces, let's get into the Pisces reading, my lovers. Thank you, Aquarius. Pisces, Queen of Wands. I feel like that came up in the monthly reading. Emperor, Page of Swords. So you've got some nice energy here, Pisces. There's still this, you're coming through as the Emperor energy. There could be some messages that come in that feel a bit unjust. But you're coming in as the Emperor, so I feel like you're really feeling in command. You're really feeling in your power. And Emperor and Empress, to me, are the highest order. So they're really the full manifest creator, in as far as they're not like on a sideline, they're out. So sometimes the magician is like illusory, like you might not see the magician, or you're maybe backing off to play around with manifestation or whatever. Emperor is somebody like fully stood in their power in their community, like this is me. And so you're coming in as that full container, right? Because Emperor and Empress are also like the four nobility merged. So they've mastered the elements, right? And this, I feel, this Queen of Wands is somebody in your world, because it's reflective of stuff that came in the monthly reading for you, Pisces. This Queen of Wands is somebody possibly rising into her power. The Queen of Wands right now is in the reverse, but there's something about this message coming in, and it might feel unjust. But what we're doing with this messenger is really assisting us to rise this queen. It's like this queen is wanting to step into her power. How weird, how amazing when you look at some of the detail, or when you're guided to look at the detail of the cards, because I just had to zoom in. See, and that's why I'm getting the feeling, because the Emperor, the Emperor's eyeballs are like looking over at that queen. And the queen's kind of looking away. I feel like the queen's been looking away for a while. And yet the messages coming in, although at times it could be a challenge and it might feel intense, or maybe it has felt intense, or there has been like, this isn't fair, this doesn't feel right, or this person doesn't blah blah whatever, and yet you've overcome that, you've surpassed that, and now it's almost as if this queen is learning from you. But it could still be some dissonance, as far as like there could still be some bumps. That's part of the injustice card. There could be some energy where it feels John Beatty's in the house. Holla, holla, holla. Yeah, okay. And this is about rising, being your Emperor fully, because there could be moments where this queenie projects stuff onto you. This queenie energy is still healing core wounding. I see this card as like the inner child, right? So we're healing the inner child. Those are core wounds, which is anyone still harboring core wounding in different elements could be a reversed any of us. I'm thinking of myself in different situations, even last year, where my nobility character could have been in the reverse position because I wasn't fully honest, or I wasn't telling the truth, or I was actually trying to get something and I wasn't able to be really clear. So when we're still noodling out these core wounds, it's damn near impossible for us to be in our full power and full integrity. We all know how much work is required to start to feel into Emperor Empress mode, right? So it's often we need to turn these right side up, finding greater clarity within the self. So Pisces, the only real message here is just be aware of the projections, because I feel like you're having to hold space for the messenger and this Queen of Wands, and that the projections here are ultimately past. They're not true. They're not in the here now. So even though it might feel unjust, you're still Emperor, and there's a lot of I guess messages being exchanged between yourself, your higher self, the queen's higher self, and just the two of you together. Hala hala. Okay, you guys, let's get into our fucus, and then we'll be closing down the weekly readings. Again, live share crew. Oh no. Oh no. I just did them all the wrong way. Live share crew, I'm gonna endeavor to go live later today. So for a lot of you guys, it will be your morning, your grand rising. Okay, a fucus. A fucus, if you resonate with the 13th sign, a fucus, which is really like it's almost like an ethereal wheel, a higher octave of all the signs. That's simply my intuitive interpretation. Of course, you guys, I'm sure, can noodle away and find lots of different interpretations. There again, astrology, like anything, is up to us to noodle. It's up to us to kind of work it out, right? Yeah, divine. That came through in the monthly, and which is why I'm like, oh right, okay, because it's the same, and it's just this week. But I recognize that as well. It's the reflective aspect. It's like the tides have turned, and yet there's so much love and recognition going on as well. A fucus, a new beginning, Wheel of Fortune. Dang, this is really nice, a fucus, and the sun is shining on you. Let the long time sunshine shine upon your soul and guide your way home. Do you know that song? From, it's a Kundalini like closing mantra or whatever. I don't know the words fully, so as I you guys know that I sometimes don't know the words to songs, right? Okay, anywho, a fucus. So the sun is shining, you've got a new beginning in love, and the Wheel of Fortune is turning around in your favor. I feel like there's been a birth. You've already birthed a new perspective. You've been patient, you've been waiting, you blah, 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 and now the Wheel of Fortune is effing turning in your flavor. And this is a new cup. This is a new cup of benevolent, loving energy coming through for you. This is a cup from the divine pouring more love and nurture for you. And also the sun is coming in. So I feel like you're about to possibly take quite a substantial lift off in as far as like what you've been projecting, what you've been gestating to birth. And now the wheel's turning, that birth point is really here. Now you've already projected it in the mental arena. Now you're projecting it through in the heart field. And this is a divine movement forward for you, a fucus. Holla. Nice. A fucus. I love you guys. I love all of you so much. I know those metallic cards are beauteous. Do you know who gave them to me? Roots. The same girl who makes these, the Roots. I'm having coffee burps. So yeah, she gifted these cards to myself and all of us, really. And she makes those. Anywho. Yeah, let's party for sure, John. I'm right there with you. So there's the readings. Again, live share crew. I'm gonna go live a little later today because it's super fun. I love being in my new space. And I gotta go teach some beach yoga for some hot lovers of the beach vibrashe. Oh my God. There's that moment where I'm like, I'm such a dork. Like, but that's okay. Oh my God. Now I'm thinking of like whale penises. Anyway, you guys just keep loving the self. Go check out Ultra Love. If you feel like having a private reading, I'm doing 2 for 1 for today. So 2 for 1 on 20-minute readings, which means if you book a 20-minute reading, I'll do that for you. And then before October, before Halloween, you need to claim your freebie, okay? I love you. I love you. I'm hearing that song. Let it go. Let it go. I'm one with the rain and sky. Although then I'm like, oh no, because YouTube is going to copyright the vid because I sang a bit of a so. I'm not having coffee, but just had burps. One mind. We are one. All one. We're just a big collective burp just to elevate us to the next level. You guys, it's time for me to go. All right, I'm going to bounce out of here. It's been amazing. Welcome to our new space. I'm chuffed to be here, endeavoring to get into a nice flow and routine and just keep going, just keep loving. Oh, by the way, I randomly, like in all of the movement, realized that I have one, maybe two copies left. I sold the last batch. I thought I finished them and then realized that I have a proof copy. I have a spare copy in here. I'd be happy to take a donation though, because these books have moved around with me a lot. I don't think I've written anything in them, but they're not like perfect, if you know what I mean, because some of them I've moved and worked with. And so yeah, if you want to send a donation, I'll send you a book. Sales are going pretty good actually, which is like amazing. Again, someone's doing anything different, just being on flow with the hard love. So you guys have a jolly good day. I'll be thinking of you when I'm on the beach, and look forward to seeing and talking to Live Share Crew later today. Mega love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Oh, which is tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be going live around the same time for our August collective intuitions. Hello, Maxine. Ooh, I'd love one. Yay, PayPal. Yeah, girl. I'll send a little intimation CD as well, and some postcards. Moved with scented candle. Ooh, lush. Yeah, scented everything. These are scented as well. And I've got my little Sunpolo sticks in here and my selenite. So Maxine, my darling, message me on the Insta and I'll send you the deets. Okay, my lover. And then I'll hopefully get one out to you next week. I'll post it to you. But again, it's yeah, you'll see it might be a little ever so slightly rough on the edges. I'll sign it for you too. Ooh, no champa. I just bought some more incense actually. Holla. All right, you guys, could we just, it's like, you know, with the Valley Girl and like, you know, like, and we say like after every other word. Now holla is becoming like that. Holla. Everything just gets a holla. All right, you guys, I'm gonna go. I love you. Mysteriously, books and smell. I know. I feel that too. Songs, music. I was listening to a song that traced back to like 2016 and just was having that moment of like, oh yeah, memory and the moment, you know, it's all one. And then that brought me to like, and it's all now. Like there is no, in essence, real past or future. The memory is simply in the, anyway. That makes me think of like, yes, you were going to be able to have some good chats, my loves. I'll endeavor to still do a live share chattel now that I'm back and I'm grounded and I've got proper space and broadcasting without any interruption. So it's really, really awesome to be, yay! You guys, I love you all so much. Have a beautiful day, you guys. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.